फ्रेंड, द गिली पार्टी शो में आपका स्वागत है। दोस्तों, आरआरआर का डॉक्यूमेंट्री द मेकिंग ऑफ आरआरआर आया हुआ है नेटफ्लिक्स में। तो हमने सोचा है कि जब भी टाइम मिले उसके पर्टिकुलर जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट सीन्स है मेकिंग के, उस पर अपना रिएक्शन देने के लिए। दोस्तों, आज हमने जो सीन पिक किया है वो है रामचरण और जूनियर एनटीआर का इंट्रो, फायर एंड आइस का इंट्रो, वो मेकिंग जो सीन है उस पर अपना रिएक्शन देने के लिए। तो दोस्तों, देरी नहीं करते हैं, मास ब्लॉकबस्टर मूवी आरआरआर से फर्स्ट जो फायर एंड आइस का इंट्रोडक्शन है, मेकिंग है, ये देखते और अपना रिएक्शन देते हैं। आइए दोस्तों। Making of the fire. वो सेट बना था पूरा।
In the 12 films I made, never did I once think or fear that this is an idea that I can't bring it onto the film. That happened with Ram's introduction.
As you see, we are shooting my intro with close to 800 to 900 people, which might look like 6,000 or 7,000 people on screen. A mob mentality kind of a fight, suffocating me, all falling on me at once, and how I get out of this. I don't know if I'm prepared. I am preparing myself every day. There is a new challenges. Quite a dusty fight. Definitely, I call this a sinus fight. Definitely, I'm going to get some sinus problem after this.
Because he has a perfect body, neat body. So you just give him a uniform, he'll look like a cop. The cop hair would be actually very short, but we didn't want him to have such short hair. Those are all little cinematic liberties that we took, left him with the right amount of hair, which made him look very handsome.
Why is Ram beating his own people? By his demeanor, by his look, by the way he's progressing, you can see he's a hero. But by his action, he looks like a villain.
Correct.
So that brings an intrigue to the character.
How he could imagine such a beautiful, magnanimous, big, almost impossible to conceive such a episode. There's a guy who takes a stone and throws it on his head. After that, for a few seconds, the suffocation, how he gets out of the suffocation and again goes towards the goal of catching that guy in the turban. That part was the most interesting part for me, the most difficult part also.
I didn't want any of the fighters dancing in the background. Everyone has to fall on him, and still he has to manage to go and get his prize.
And action!
Solomon, my stunt choreographer, explained him.
మన హిస్టరీలో మహాభారతం కురుక్షేత్ర యుద్ధం మీకు తెలుసు కదా.
అభిమన్యుడు
వేల మందిలోకి జంప్ చేసి ఆ కురుక్షేత్ర యుద్ధంలో ఏ రీతిగా ఫైట్ చేస్తాడో ఇలాంటి సీక్వెన్స్ మనం కంపోజ్ చేయాలి మాస్టర్ మొట్టమొదటి చెప్పినప్పుడు.
అరే నైస్ థాట్. అభిమన్యు సే రెఫరెన్స్
చేసి షూట్ చేసి ఎడిట్ చేసి వన్ డే నేను డైరెక్ట్ గారి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు
And I saw that and I went, wow.
Pam pam pa pam pa pam pam. It's played on brass section. I need some other quotient here which denotes his determination and strength. That goes on a cello. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-dum.
Cello.
Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Come what may. Come what may.
Wow, come on.
The audience needed to have that claustrophobic feel. My cinematographer, he immediately understood what I was looking at.
We wanted it to be extremely rustic and realistic kind of a thing. So for this, we used extensive handheld cameras, sync with the action choreography which was happening.
मजा आ रहा है।
Okay, shot okay.
With the idea of I'm going to arrest the bastard and bring him to me are the two sentences, and he twisted, he stretched them, altercations to that particular sound, and he pasted music over that.
Arrest that bastard! And bring him to me.
more cuts of wide shots make the scene look unbelievable. He also did a mock shoot of the whole thing, you know. Lots of decisions were made that probably it's better to have the camera inside the crowd and not outside the crowd.
Dust was so high in the air that people didn't know after saying cut where I was. There was a guy with the white flag waving to the director and the team. The hero is right here. So then they used to find me and go catch me there and get me out.
There is a shot which Sindhil has placed the camera near the eye and you can see the reflection of the people going back. But it's not a CG shot, it's a live shot.
Whoa. No water. Making water. Yeah.
Bhim is from a tribe called Gond,
Gond.
and he's called Gond Bebuli, which means the tiger of the Gond tribe, a tiger, the national animal of India. I love everything about it. For a long time, I harbored the idea of having a tiger sequence. The introduction of Bhim provided me with that.
I was actually waiting to shoot for the sequence. I was very excited when I got into the sets. It was fun to watch so much technique. This man is so sure about what he wants and how he wants not only his actors, particular about his CG tigers too.
To use his community identity, that's Gonde, introduction theme, Gonde. It's like a wild animal cry which can stand against a wild roar of a lion or tiger.
Well shot. Yeah, making how they have done it. See?
There was a lot of physical endurance which Rajamouli commanded from my side, because that was the only sequence in the movie where you could actually see Bhim, showing his body off. But he was very particular about how the body needs to look. He did not want me to become very lean. He did not want me to have these dried out six-pack he just wanted me to look like a very strong bull. When a bull is facing off a tiger. He wanted me to look like, Bhim comes from the forest and he's an Adivasi. So he wanted me to look a very strong tribal, and that's why the reason why he did not want me to take my body hair off. He wanted me to be very, very, very masculine for that movie.
To get that tiger feel in the on location, we did two things. One is that blue 10 feet dummy. We got one 6.5 foot stuntman to get that real weight, so Tarak can feel and act, emote that. Lighting we captured through the HDR ball, and we are able to create that.
In his intro, we gave him a bare body to show his physical strength, because he's from a forest, and the forest people are generally physically very fit and strong.
Camera moves slowly and then it rotates. The same moment we also did it emulated in the location. So we merged the plates in CG later. It sets the mood of what we are going to tell in the story.
11, 12, 13, 14.
और क्या thought process है.
Bhim had to run real fast. So the person who was holding the camera and
he has to
running, he's a Paco guy. I said action, and Tarak ran so fast. I still remember the look of the cameraman's face. He said, action. My God, I need to put my running shoes on. He said, let's do it again.
Beautiful. Anything related to forest.
When we had Tarak jump in the air. There was no tiger, there was no wolf when we shot it. But the moment I saw his body turning in the air and going out, I thought, wow, I got my shot.
Nice.
The speed of the animals are extremely high. So we did the animations first. Then we realized what's the speed of the animal, and according to the animations, we made the actors act. Doubly difficult for Tarak. It's not just imagining the animal, he has to imagine the animal with the correct speed, correct movement, and deliver his performance. Physically a very strong man and emotionally very vulnerable person. So once the sequence is over, once the tiger is laying down unconscious, the way he picks it up and says, I'm sorry brother, I had to do this. That is what really connects Bheem to the audience.
I want like two heroes face to face and shouting at each other.
The ropes, he did not want to take this cinematic liberty there. So while I was pulling the ropes, there were counterweights also attached to the rope so that it looks very natural that you're actually pulling a rope rather than just flexing your muscle. So it was very, very, very beautifully, aesthetically designed, where the brutal strength, the hard work of the artist is shown, the brutal strength of the character is seen, and plus you have that raw sequence which is happening between a human and an animal, a wild animal.
One of the iconic shots of RRR is the face-to-face with the tiger. All throughout the sequence, you see the Bheem is not happy with what he's doing. There's a kind of vulnerability on his face. In this particular shot, you can't show empathy towards the tiger. That doesn't mean you have to be angry with it. The shout is for you to get your energy pumped up. And when we did that, the roar that he gave, I had goosebumps while shooting it. I had shot not with one tiger but two tigers.
Nice. मजा आ गया दोस्तों. अल्टीमेट. लाइक क्या सोचे. आई वाज नॉट नोइंग दैट जो रामचरण का कैरेक्टर का जो सीन है, पर्टिकुलर फायर का फाइट सीन जो है, लाइक रेफरेंस है फ्रॉम महाभारत, अभिमन्यु's कैरेक्टर. ऑसम. जो भी सोचे, आई कैन किंग सलोमन बहुत ही अच्छा सोचा, रेफरेंस किया, लिए है अभिमन्यु जो इतना भीड़ में फंसते हैं, वो कैसे निकलता है, नहीं निकल पाते हैं, पर यहाँ पे तो निकल रहे. पर वो जो रेफरेंस सोचना, महाभारत कहाँ कहाँ देखिए दोस्तों, हमारा हिस्टोरिकल एपिक हर जगह काम आता है रेफरेंस के लिए, वो बहुत ही अच्छा था. रामचरण तो जबरदस्त दिख रहे थे. ये बात सही बोले कि उनको कोई भी ड्रेस पहना तो, कोई भी यूनिफॉर्म पहना तो बड़ी मस्त लगता है, बहुत अच्छा फिट हो जाता है उनका. जबरदस्त बॉडी है उनका, है ना. वो कैसा सफोकेशन, उनका साइनस प्रॉब्लम है, उसमें कैसे वो शूटिंग की है पूरा, वो खतरनाक था. एंड जूनियर एनटीआर वाला था. मजा आया दोस्तों. मेरे को ऐसे भी एनीथिंग रिलेटेड टू फॉरेस्ट बहुत मजा आता देखने के लिए. एंड इसमें कितना अच्छा शूटिंग की है, वीएफएक्स और वो पार्कर काई को यूज किए, कैसे जो भी ग्राफिक्स यूज किए टाइगर वाइगर का, और उसके हिसाब से जो अपना टाइगर एनटीआर का जो एक्टिंग है, इमेजिनेशन करके कि ऐसा टाइगर आएगा, वैसा जंप करने का, ऐसा रनिंग करने का, एम्पैथी दिखा रहे, वो बहुत ही अच्छा. लास्ट का जो रोवर है दोनों का, क्या अल्टीमेट है दोस्तों. सही बोले राजमौली सर, ऐसा लगा कि एक नहीं दो टाइगर एक साथ रोर कर रहे हैं. मस्त था, बहुत ही अच्छा. मुझे तो मैक्सिमम दोनों सीन अच्छा था. जो भी जब मूवी देखने का टाइम बड़ी मजा आया था देखने के लिए. वन ऑफ द बेस्ट आइकॉनिक बोल सकते हैं इंट्रोडक्शन सीन है दोस्तों हीरोज का अभी तक का. ये हमेशा याद रहेगा. लाइक आफ्टर 50-100 ईयर्स ऑफ सिनेमा आदमी लोग जरूर रेफरेंस करेंगे आरआरआर को देख के कि इंट्रोडक्शन है कैसा होना चाहिए एक कैरेक्टर का, जो बिल्डअप होता है बताता है. वो बहुत अच्छा लगा, मजा आया देख के दोस्तों. वेरी हैप्पी. और जैसे बॉडी वॉडी बनाए, और राजमौली सर कितना मेहनत करते हैं, उनका टीम कितना एफिशिएंट है, कितना टैलेंटेड है, वो भी हमको देखने मिलता है इससे, है ना. तो हमको तो बहुत मजा आया. हम ट्राई करेंगे इसका और भी जो भी मेकिंग का अच्छा वीडियोस है उस पर अपना रिएक्शन देने के लिए. होप आपको भी अच्छा लगा हो. तब तक के लिए अलविदा. टेक केयर.